Hello. Today I want to talk to you about the left-right paradigm and how the media is calling you racist. Okay. When you talk to a Republican, you ask him about the left-right paradigm, he'll say, well, his philosophy is based in the Constitution and individualism and freedoms of the individual. And he'll look at the Democrat Party and he'll say, well, they're collectivists, they're communists, they're Marxists, so they're obviously on the left and individualism on the right. But one thing we're missing out on when we say that is that they're not talking about American philosophy. See, in American philosophy, there's no such thing as collectivism. The Supreme Court and the Constitution should stop any form of collectivism. Unfortunately, the Democrat Socialist Party has embraced only the Marxist philosophy, and they have rejected individualism. And it all goes back to the Civil War. When the Democrat South lost the Civil War, it was anarchy. And in that anarchy, they embraced Marxism. And out of Marxism grew the Ku Klux Klan. And this was their first militant wing. Now, as time moved on, they still rebelled against the Constitution and America that they felt was controlling them. As time went on, around the world you have more socialist and Marxist governments forming. These political parties, the Bolshevik Party and the Nazi Party, both rose to very powerful positions and killed a lot of people on the way. And once they gained power, they fought amongst themselves. And the loser in the war was the Nazis. And so the loser in the socialist philosophy became the Nazis. Now, we have to ask ourselves, what is it about the Nazi parties that they reject? Well, all this Marxist philosophy is 99.99% the same. And it's 100% different than an individualist philosophy. So in our American philosophy as individuals, we couldn't tell you the difference between all these. So it was left to the progressives to decide what the difference was. And they chose patriotism only because their biggest enemy was patriotic. Their biggest enemy was the Constitution of the United States. And so what they hated in America became what they hated internationally, even though that there's no similarity. This whole philosophy does not belong in an American philosophy. There's no room for collectivism under the Constitution. But when the media refers to anything being on the right, they're telling these people, this poor lady right here and other Democrats, that whoever they're talking about is this. And they don't know any different because they cannot see outside of their bubble. They are convinced that a single party must rule the world at some point, and therefore they should be that party. And it's not true. It's a broken philosophy. It never works. I want to emphasize it never works. We should not be teaching this in schools as anything other than page 1, Marxism never works. If you want to read about it on your own, go ahead, but it's a waste of time to read it in here and move on, because this is the philosophy that will get us through time, and this is the philosophy that all individuals come together to be free in. If I left something out, if you have any questions, please throw them at me. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.